Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
So, today, let me ask you a question. Who here was satisfied with how they performed last 9 weeks? Can we all agree that we all could have done better? Yes. Even I will say I could have done better. Right? Sometimes I'm forced to look at my own performance when I record myself teaching. There was one lesson where it was early in the year, it was like end of August. I was not happy. Okay? So even I need to review my performance. Okay? I think one of the places we could do better is taking notes. Okay? Who here thinks they take good notes? Yeah. Some of us don't even take notes. But if you don't take notes, how can you study?
Start taking.
You can't if you don't take notes. Right? So, that's what we're going to do today. All right? Going forward, before I begin the lesson, let me go ahead and get to slideshow. Before I begin the lesson, we're going to go over the standard, and I want you guys to write it. Okay? That way you know what we're doing. So right now, everyone should have their laptops closed. Everyone should have out a sheet of paper and a pencil or a pen. You have something? Yes, ma'am. Everyone. Bring your pencil, son. Bring your paper, son. The goal is to create a system that we can do over and over and over and over. Okay? Now, because we don't have that muscle built, taking notes diligently, we don't have that muscle built, it's going to suck at first. It's going to be tedious. It's going to take a long time. Because that's what happens when you do something for the first time, every time. It's going to suck at first. But the more we do it, the better it gets. The easier it becomes. And then, that's when we can really get into teaching. And I can teach the way I really love to teach. Son, what's the problem? What's the problem? Because you're making a lot of noise. You got to. Sir, you got your hand up. Okay. So, the standard, don't worry about writing it now. We'll write it in a little bit, okay? Determine the meaning of words and phrases they are used in the text, including figurative and connotative meanings. Analyze the impact of rhymes and other repetitions of sound on a specific verse or stanza of a poem or section in a story or drama. What the devil does all that mean? Well, what that means is sometimes we read a story or a poem or watch a movie or listen to music, or even look at a painting. There are symbols, there's figurative language used. And that figurative language affects how we understand that medium. That's what all those things are called together, medium. Okay? So, if someone says, man, that's cold, do they mean it's literally cold to the touch? No. They mean something else. And that's what we're going to learn. How those meanings affect what that artist is trying to say. Okay? Your essential question for today, the essential question should be different. If not every day, if we're still in the same lesson, it'll be the same for that. But other than that, it's going to be the same every day. How can I improve my note-taking skills to better understand what I learned? Don't worry about writing anything just yet. All right? Just telling you guys right now, because I have to tell you guys how your paper is going to be set up. That's why I don't want you writing anything just yet. Okay? Objective: you will be able to take effective notes to better understand and remember information, no matter your ability level. Okay? So, how do we want our notes set up? Well, this is what you're going to need. On the top right corner is going to be your name, the subject, the date, and the period. So it's going to look like that. how my name and Miss Young, who was previously known as Miss Reynolds, and Miss Brown, the way we have our name, that's how you're gonna put your name. Top right corner, go ahead and do that now. This is the part where you start writing stuff down. So, top right corner, your name. You see it up there? All right. So, your name, English Language Arts. Why would it be important that we write English Language Arts? Son, you're not writing. Why? From whom? Give me something important so I can give you a principle. Merry Christmas. So, I want you to write English Language Arts. I don't want you to write ELA. Why? Because we need to build up those muscles. You guys don't have what's called endurance. What is endurance? Endurance is your ability to do, go ahead. I'm sorry. Yes, exactly. Like the motorcycle punishment. Who's ever had to do that before? The motorcycle. Oh man, you guys are lucky. The motorcycle is where you do this.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
Yeah, that's a test of your muscular endurance. Well, now we have to do academic endurance. What? Exactly what I put. The way I wrote it is the way I want you to write it. No exceptions. I mean, obviously, I don't want you to write their names. Write your name, right? No, I don't need that. Son, our names are on this because we worked on it.
Oh.
So you write your name. That's like one of the first things I said. Write your name. Then you write English Language Arts, the date, and then the period. Okay? That's how you're gonna write your notes. That's how you're gonna make sure that you know whose notes they are, what period, what subject. Because how many of you, I think I asked this question already, but a lot of you have notes from all your classes in one notebook, correct? Exactly. So it's important that you put that. What on the center of the top line? May I borrow your paper, please? What I'm talking about is right here. That's where you're going to put the title of the lesson that we're doing for the day. And the title for today's notes is How to Take Notes. So that's what you're going to put on that line. How to take notes. How to take notes. How to take notes. Open up the paper. There you go. Erase. Erase. How to take notes. Right here. How to take notes. Okay, focus. How to take notes. How to take notes. In big, bold letters. Okay? Big, bold letters. Materials you're going to need: paper, pen or pencil, and highlighters. So, question. Which of these is a good example of how to take care of my stuff? Left or the right?
Right.
Right. You're right. All right. Wait, yeah. All right.
Sir.
What?
Oh, how to take care of stuff. Yes. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes. The right is a good example of how to take care of my stuff. Guys, I'm a teacher, bro, with a family. All right? I'm already doing stuff for you guys as far as hoodies and stuff, and I'll have an update up for you on that later. But my money, it don't go that far. Okay? So take care of my stuff. If I let you use highlighters, take care of them. Okay? Everybody understand? Very good. Very good. Now, this is how I want you to set up your paper. Listen first. Listen. I do not want you to put note-taking area in the center. Okay? Put that near the top. Okay? I do not want you to put Q column, right here in the center, put it up here somewhere. And I don't want you to write summaries, same thing. Write it up there. Why would I tell you to do that?
So it won't be in the way of you, right?
Simple. Wasn't that difficult. So go ahead and set up your paper like that now. This is how you're gonna set up your paper every time we take notes. What about tomorrow? Every time we take notes. What about Thursday? Every time we take notes. What about next Tuesday? Every time we take notes. So, good job, boss. Getting there, getting there. Good job, good job. Need a new pencil, son? Did you label each area? Come on, focus. Focus, focus, focus. Good job. Deja vu. Who knows what deja vu is? Where we just had it.
Oh,
You're sitting right there, just staring at them with shame because you didn't do your job. Yes.
oh, deja vu is when you have a.
I didn't ask what it is.
Huh?
I just asked if you know what it is. That's it. I don't
Oh.
need you to prove it. Yeah. Okay. So, why set it up like this? Well, that note taking here, you're going to write your notes. You don't have to take them and write down everything. Write down most things, important things, okay? If you know how to shorten stuff, right there's a good place to do it, okay? If you write down everything, time out. Now you can start writing this. You can actually start taking this down in the notes taking section because this is what we're learning. So start writing this stuff in the note taking area now, okay? So note taking area, record information as fully as possible. The important part there is as possible. Sometimes it's not possible to write down everything I say, okay? Sometimes it's not possible to write down everything that's on the board. I mean, you're not writing down anything right now. That's a little concerning. But write down as much as possible. Q column. So that Q column is for after I'm done standing up here talking about whatever the heck it is I'm talking about. You are going to take what you wrote and shorten it down and put in here. And use it as clues, right? To cue your mind as to what we did, what it is that we learned that day. You're definitely gonna write it in your own words, okay? Now with that section, it is gonna be important for you to review that section 10 minutes a week. Does that mean 10 minutes on Monday and then you're done? Does that mean 10 minutes on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? No, because that would have been 10 minutes every day. We don't need that, okay? 10 minutes a week is 2 minutes on Monday, 2 minutes on Tuesday, 3 minutes on Wednesday, 2 minutes on Thursday, 3 minutes on Wednesday, 2 minutes on Thursday, 3 minutes on Friday. That's 10 minutes a week. Doesn't mean you have to do it in those amounts, no. But the point is that you study a little bit each day, okay? Why would it be important to study a little bit each day as opposed to 10 whole minutes or 1 whole hour on one day? there are two types of memory. Who knows what they're called? Short term and long term. Babylon, yeah? Short term and long term memory. Who remembers Finding Nemo? There was a fish on there that had a memory problem. Dory, which section of her memory was affected? Short term or long term? Short term, right? When you listen to me talk, and you don't review, you don't take notes, that's deposited in your short-term memory. You will forget it, right? But when you write it down, it's like a sliding scale. You write it down, boom, we're getting closer to long-term memory. When you summarize it and write down clues that's going to help you review it later, we're moving closer to long-term. When you actually do the reviewing, even closer to long term, when you summarize, and we'll get to that point in a little bit, then it's long term. And you can retrieve it when we do a test or when we write a paper, okay? Summaries, sum up each page of your notes in a sentence or two. Man, that sounds familiar. It's almost like you're supposed to find the main idea. Dang, what's another word for main idea? We learned, I think, in narrative papers, that when you are finding the main idea, you're finding the theme. Good job. Good job, sir. You're finding the theme. Good job. Okay? Well, look like you locked in. Good job, man. Keep this up. The reason why I stay on you is because you have it here. Your ability to focus. It ain't quite there. You're getting there. You're getting there. Let's chain some days together, right? But yeah, summaries, that portion, that's for the theme, for the main idea of whatever the lesson was, okay? Again, if you view this 10 minutes a week, you'll remember, okay? I'm gonna move on. Remember when I said don't write down everything? You write down as much as possible? Remember that? It's practice. So, the 5 R's. Record. You're gonna write down as many details as you can. Did I say all the details? Because again, it's not really possible. As many as you can. This would also be good information to write. I would use a bulleted list here, okay? Use a bulleted list. What's a bulleted list? There you go. Record during the lecture. I already said that. Reduce as soon as possible. Go to the Q section and summarize points and put them in your own words, okay? Recite. Cover that note-taking area up and you say that Q section over and over and over and over again. You guys normally use something else to do that, right? Something called flashcards, right? You just use your Q section as that, all right? For reciting. Reflect. Draw out opinions from your notes. Use them as a starting point for your own reflections, aka summaries, and how it relates to other courses. Reflection will help prevent ideas from being soon forgotten. Who here watches Avatar or has watched Avatar: The Last Airbender? Super dope show. Quick question, what element would you guys be? Just fire? Yeah, I thought so. You're a tyrant. Yes? Water. Fire.
Earth.
Oh. I would be air too. Air, yeah. Because, I mean, airbenders, if they really wanted to, they could mess up a lot of stuff. Like take the air out of your body. You die. Like, somebody did that before, if I believe, so they put an air bubble around the Earth Emperor's head and water, you can do that too.
Oh, yeah.
But the point is, General Iroh, you guys know who that is, right?
Yeah.
What did General Iroh say about the other elements?
That he was weak or something?
No. He said it's important to draw information from other sources. That keeps you from being stagnant, right? Same thing here. If you think about subjects as elements, it's important for you to draw information from social studies, from science, from math, and ELA. I think one of you two need to move. One of you two need to move. Because I haven't seen you guys write anything in a while. So that tells me that you guys don't need to. You wrote these down? Somebody needs to move. So yes, draw information, draw knowledge from a lot of different sources, okay? That makes sure that you stay in a state of adaptiveness, okay? I think you do a good job of that. You have a wealth of knowledge from a lot of different sources. And I admire you for that. Not a lot of seventh graders have that. Unfortunately, you have arrogance too, which could get in your way. Yeah. General, well, not general, fire word bullseye. You look up to him, don't you? You like him. Yes, you do, you liar. Yes, you do. The Phoenix King. Huh. All right. I have to move on. Because we've been here for a good little minute. Let's go. So, why is it important to take good notes? I want you to take 2 minutes, talk with your neighbor about what you think a reason is, or a good reason to take good notes. Talk to your neighbor now. If you don't have a neighbor, move to somebody close. Yeah, it is. So when I said one of y'all need to move, you got super disappointed. Don't let your emotions get in the way of doing what you're supposed to do. Okay? Because your mama gonna ask. I'm gonna tell them. Ask their child what they learn in class and tell them to show you their notes. Alright? So, talk. I expect a high rise. I'm gonna call you Ira from now on. So if you don't live up to it, why are you worried about them? Why aren't you talking with your partner? Well, you not, because you asked them why they ain't talking. So that means you're not focused. Yes, you do. That and no. When you're stressed, when you're dehydrated, when you haven't slept enough, man, y'all, why ain't y'all keep talking? Oh, no, talk to him now. How good were your grades last 9 weeks? So can you afford to not do what I tell you to do? Okay, so do it now. Yes? No, stop. Huh? Not just one. 30 seconds remaining. That's a good question. You two should be talking. Okay, come on with another one. 10 seconds remaining. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so give me some reasons. Why is it important that we take notes? Good notes. Wait a minute, people are talking while you're talking, and that's mega rude. Okay, continue. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Good job. Thank you, sir. Hi, Ro. Mm-hmm. Good job. Good job. And one of y'all two, I don't care. Rock, paper, scissors.
Y'all both have this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we both have.
Okay, rock, paper, scissors, see who gets to say it. That was terrible. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Go. Alright.
So, a reason why you should also take your notes is like, if the teacher.
Wait a minute, people are talking and laughing while you're talking, and that's super rude. Okay, go ahead.
One reason why you should take good notes is if your teacher lets you use it on the test.
Yeah. If you take terrible notes, they won't help you on the test, will they? Go ahead.
If you take good notes and you got a test coming up, if your notes are stopped good,
Good job. Yeah. Very similar answers. Last one. Good job. Go sit down, sir. All right. Very good. Some of you said some of the reasons why I have up here. Some of the reasons why I have up here weren't said. So let's see what we got. First, notes are useful. Are a useful record of key information and sources of that information. Okay? Sometimes when we teach, I know for me, when I teach, I'm gonna start giving you guys the source of the information. Why? Why would I give you the source of the information?
So you could go back to it on our own time.
Yeah. Right? Some students are super advanced, and the little bite-sized pieces I give them, that's not good enough. So they might want to look up on their own so they can better understand. And then they come back to me and say, yo, Mr. Jordan, I read what you gave us. I'd like to talk to you about blah, 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 blah. And then we can talk and deepen that information, that understanding. How well prepared do you think that student's going to be for the test? Very prepared. Okay? Do you think they're going to be hoping, man, I hope I pass this test?
Yep. I mean, no.
Nah. You think they're going to be swagging when they're in here? Hey, yo, Mr. Jordan, we got a test today. Why would they be that excited? Because they know they're going to pass. Who wants that kind of confidence? All right then. All right. Reason number 2. Writing notes helps you remember what you heard. I was the type of student where if I heard it, I'm good. I don't need to write notes. It's deposited in my memory banks, right? Some of the conversations I have with you guys, I feel like I proved that because I know a lot of information about you. You never saw me take notes, but I remember it, right?
Yes.
For a lot of us, we don't have that talent. Sometimes we need to write it down. Writing it down, physically writing it down, helps you put it in your memory bank. And again, your long-term, it's a sliding scale. Your memory is a sliding scale. If this is long-term memory, this is short-term memory. Hearing it for most of us, writing it down, right? But this is where you have to refine it, because then after you write it down, you gotta put in the cues. And then you gotta read it 5 times or 10 minutes a week, and then summarize it. That's much closer to long-term memory than just listening, okay? This is also good information to write. Come on, guys. I'll go back. That's one. Where does this go into? The cues section or the notes-taking section?
The notes-taking.
Notes-taking section, all right? Will you write down every single word?
No.
No. Put in your own words, man. Make it easier on yourself, bro. All right? Make it easier on yourself. After we're done, I will give you the opportunity to write it down in the cue section, okay? Useful for key information and sources of information. That's how you can shorten that. Yes? Yes. Absolutely, they're your notes. I would write it on the back of that same sheet of paper.
What?
If you run out of, room for notes. Maybe.
Say to the
I was literally just telling her to ask for. Hey, man, I wanna give y'all a round of applause, man, cause, that teacher are not having a good time teaching this lesson, but for me, we going smooth, so good job of y'all. Go ahead, give yourself, matter of fact, go ahead and give y'all some points, man.
I'm not speaking the word everybody else.
5, 10, 15, 20,
Good job.
30, 35, 40.
When, you get to a 50, your house, I guess, avatar, will be a signifier of 50 points, alright? So if you're Ganesh and you get 50 points, I'll draw a filled-in elephant head. Once you get to 100, I'll draw just a crest, an outline of the crest for the classroom that you guys voted on, and that'll be 100. Everybody understand? Good, good. So,
40.
writing notes helps you remember what you heard. That's number 2. Hurry so we can get to number 3. Writing notes helps you remember what you heard. Again, how often will we write notes like this?
Every day.
Every day. Every day. Every day. Every day. Every day. I am so excited for tomorrow's lesson. No,
What?
This whole next 2 weeks I'm excited because I get to teach the way in which I want to teach. In my last school, I couldn't teach like this. What? You gotta speak up, son. Oh snap! Some of you need to submit your right score.
TJ just got back. He wasn't one of those ones.
Yeah.
They said,
I ain't got the scores back. Somebody needs to grade them. I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Number 3. Writing notes helps you concentrate and listen effectively. If you're writing notes, how are you more likely to sing?
Oh, but straight up.
Straight up. That's a good sign that you're listening and paying attention. What else?
Like this.
When I'm talking, what are you gonna do?
Be
like
quiet
this.
and
Like
Be
this.
quiet, you're gonna listen, you're gonna make eye contact. These are all signs that you're actually listening with intent. You're listening for important information, right? You have to listen if you're gonna take good notes, right? So boom, there you go. Writing notes helps you concentrate and listen effectively. Can I move on?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
If I cannot move on, if you want me to stay, raise your hand. You got 30 seconds. I love your ambitions. I do. Love it. It's simple. I'm looking forward to seeing what you do next week. Or this week. This weekend, next week.
You know when we got right scores?
I do not know. Listen, I do not know when you get your right scores. But what I can tell you is this. Once I get them, you and I will have a conference. I'm gonna sit with you for about 5 minutes and explain your score to you. And then explain what you probably could have done better. Okay? You understand?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm not gonna leave you out to dry, dog. I want those scores just as bad as you do. Because I wrote some big checks that I'm hoping you guys can cash. Figurative language. I wrote some checks that I'm hoping you guys cash for. Sir. Oh, you're stretching me. Got you. Moving on. Selecting what to note down increases your understanding. Why would that help your understanding? Yes.
So you can have certain points when you write down.
Hmm?
So you can have certain points about what you're writing down.
I'm saying, why does that process help your memory? There's something about it.
So write down important things about what you're doing.
If you're writing down what's important, do you understand it a lot?
No.
Kinda, sorta, or a little bit?
Kind of, sort.
No, you understand it a lot. If you can find out what the important information is, you understand it. The exercise of trying to figure out what's important helps you understand it. Because you have to think critically. Okay? If you're not writing this down, you're super wrong. So start writing. Again, this is a muscle. And everyone in here said that they could have done better. And this, I'm showing you how to do better. Okay? So if you say you want to do better, but you're not doing what it takes to get better, do you really want to get better?
No.
No, you don't. So, let's not be lazy. Let's work on our endurance, our academic endurance. Okay? 15 seconds, I'm moving on because it's only one sentence. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Notes create a resource for exam preparation. A lot of you said this one.
Yeah, I heard it.
Notes help you prepare for the test. You're welcome. As a teacher, when I do lesson plans, I have to write what I'm going to say. It's called a script. Most teachers do not. The school I'm attending, they make sure that I do that. It's a bother, but it helps me. It helps me with test creation. Because I know what needs to be a question on the test. So if you're taking down notes on what I say, when you study for the test, you're studying for what's going to be on the test. Almost verbatim if you're writing down what I said. So then you're going to be really prepared when it comes time to study. Okay? I don't see anybody, well, I see a few people writing. I'll give you another 15 seconds, and then I'm going to move on. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Notes taken in classes often contain information that can't be found elsewhere. The reason for this is because as a teacher, what I teach you comes from a specific source or sources, right? I'm still in my master's courses, so I have access to something called scholarly articles. What's that? Well, who knows what a scholarly article is? Sir? So, people like Dr. Moses, Dr. Leonard, had to research something before they were granted the rank of doctor. Scholarly articles, I hate saying that. Scholarly articles is a summation of that work. They're called dissertations. And so these people study things for 3, 4 years and then document their findings. And then it goes to a board of people called a review board at a university. And then they ask people like Dr. Leonard, Dr. Moses, hey, you said blah, 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 blah. How did the research confirm what it is that you found? And then they have to defend it. If they go through that battery of questions and successfully defend their dissertation, hooray, you're a doctor now. So then, is the process to become a doctor strict?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Can you trust the information in that dissertation? You absolutely can. And so that's what I use as a teacher to document how I'm going to teach, the strategies I'm going to use, what I'm going to teach, and how I'm going to evaluate how you know it. Sir?
What are the benefits of having a doctorate degree?
More money and more knowledge. Who do you think knows more about teaching? Me or Dr. Moses?
Dr. Moses.
Dr. Moses. 1, she's done it longer. 2, She got a doctorate in it, which means she had to do a lot of research for her to figure out how to teach, okay? Those are the 6 reasons. Annotations. So, when we read, say, a short story or an informational text, this is what you're gonna use to help you keep track of ideas, questions, and understand whatever it is that you read better, okay? This system is here to help you so that you don't have to read the entirety of the text all over again. Because that's time consuming and we want to save our time, right?
Yeah.
You guys would much rather be playing video games, right? You'd much rather be making TikTok videos, yeah?
No.
You'd much rather be talking to your boyfriend or girlfriend, yeah? Some of y'all have boyfriends.
Wait, what?
Yeah, man, I understand. You got, you know, negative calories, I understand.
Right.
So, benefits include keeping track of key ideas, help formulate thoughts and questions for deeper understanding, fostering, analyzing, and interpreting text, encouraging the reader to make inferences and draw conclusions, and allowing you to easily refer back to the text without reading the entire thing. Okay? Again, if you run out of space, write on the back. All right? And set up the paper the exact same way. The exact same way if you have to write on the back. All right? What time we get out of here?
144.
Yeah, we're almost finished. And remember, when we're finished, you guys go to the Q section, not the clue section. The Q section. Right?
I thought it was
You
cool.
take main ideas, or you take your information, put it into your own words, things that you can recall easily and quickly. Yeah.
Are these notes going to be a first grade?
Come again?
Are these notes going to be first grade?
I'm pretty sure they will be.
What is?
And even if they're not, you still need to do it, because you said you want to make better grades, right? Okay.
What is the definition of Q? I can't understand what you say because like I don't know what it means.
Two.
Huge.
Q.
I said Q.
Q is a signal.
Huh?
A signal. So in this case, it's a signal to your brain. This is the information. If you want to say clue, then yeah, you can do that too. But I'm trying to use big kid words. Okay? Because I can trust you with that information. I feel it. Alright? So, again, you're not supposed to write everything. You're supposed to whittle it down. Alright? So, these are the marks you're going to use. This you definitely need to write down. Okay? Underline key ideas and major points. Key ideas, major points, underline. Okay? Write a question mark next to anything that is confusing, such as unfamiliar words or unclear information. That is, what should you do once you write that question mark next to an idea that you don't quite understand, sir?
Edit.
Research. Thank you for raising your hand, sir. Yes, research it on your own. What if you can't find information? You look, man, Mr. Jordan, I looked for about an hour, still couldn't find it. What do you do then?
Ask you.
Ask me, right? Chances are, during homeroom, you guys are wondering anyway. Maybe you should use that time to come to me like Janala does and talk to me about whatever it is that you had a problem with. Okay? So, man, don't use that finger.
Yeah.
You're not slick. Use that time to ask me questions, sir. Okay. Circle key words or phrases. How do you know what a key word is, sir?
When like if there was a passage about what, like just say an NFL team or something, the key words would be the name of that team.
That's a little too broad of an analogy. that doesn't help students who don't know NFL. Janala, how would I know what a key word is? How would it be presented in the text when you read it? It'll be probably in bold, right? If it's not in bold, what would be next to it? Huh?
Oh, those,
Yeah.
A definition.
A definition,
Oh,
right? A
The
definition.
definition would be in quotes, not quotation, but rather than circle.
Parentheses.
Yeah.
Put an exclamation mark next to surprising or important information, or information that helps you make a connection. Okay? Sometimes when you read something, upon first reading it, you're like, bro, what the heck? I don't understand this. But as you read further, the author clarifies their point. Like, oh, snap. Okay, I understand that now. That's what that exclamation mark is for. Okay? Cool. There is another method you can use called mind mapping, but to me that's mega confusing. I'll show you what it looks like.
Did you part my?
That's mind mapping. Who is that confusing for? Yeah, me too. So I would say don't use mind mapping. Use the Cornell method we were talking about, okay? So right now, I need you to go ahead and start putting the information that we wrote into that Q section. Excuse me, do it now. Sir? Clean my desk. No, man. I'm good. What you gonna clean? With what? Go ahead and put the information from your note-taking section into your Q section. Do that now.
Summary and all,
Not summarize, don't do that yet. We'll do that at the end of class.
So we just take the.
Hey, who has a watch?
So we just take the major points.
I need the time.
It's 1:35.
Alright, cool. At 1:40, I want you guys to start putting stuff in the summary section. Alright? And then I want some of you to share what you have in what
In the Q section, can you explain one time what we did in the Q section?
in the Q section, you are going to take the information we wrote and you're gonna write it in small, bite-sized pieces that you can easily repeat and remember. Okay? That's the purpose of the Q section. Two sentences that sum up what we did for that day. Okay? Oh.
I'm using mine. Alright.
So, let's see this. What could we put in the Q section and how would we do that, Mr. Porter? Well, let's see. Let me see something. Come on, Mike. Let's set up my board like it is your paper. Okay, no care. Nope, that's too far. Right. This part is note taking, yeah? This part is summary, summarize. Oh, and this part is cues. Hey man, I'm right. Stop talking, listen. So, give me something that one of you guys put in your note-taking section, sir. Mr. Tez. good source of info and their sources.
Yeah, yes,
Their
sir.
sources. Boom. That's shorter. Notes, good source of info and their sources. That's how you would shorten.
Yeah.
Okay?
I'm gonna use that.
I got one.
Go ahead. That's what it's there for. Man,
No, you concentrate and listen. I know.
The what?
notes help you concentrate and listen. Okay.
Okay.
Notes help concentration. Oh Lord. And listening. Last one. Amena.
Explanation work on something surprising. Estimation.
Where was that in the lecture? Was that at the beginning of the lecture or at the end of the lecture?
And
So I'm gonna write it down here, alright? Near surprising or connecting info. Boom. That's how you shorten, alright? What time is it? KOS?
it is
It's
140.
the
140?
13th.
Alright. So now, I want you guys to summarize the lesson. Alright? You got 2 minutes. Come up with 2 good summarizing sentences for today's lesson. And then we're gonna share it. Alright?
I do.
2 good summarizing sentences, what you should be doing now. Two minutes. You got 2 minutes. Maybe less now, maybe 1 minute and 30. What's yours?
You said right.
That's decent, but I feel like you could have done better. Who would like to share what they have? Nobody wants to share? Josiah, what you got?
Today we learned how to take good notes and also like taking notes. Oh,
Today we learned how to take notes and how to format and why is it so
Good job.
and why is it so beneficial to
Good job.
to take notes.
Very good. One thing that I would say is maybe in your summary, talk about how it's beneficial. What's the outcome? What will it help you do? Okay? Last one. It'll help you pass your tests or help you study for your tests. Alright? So, good job. Way to sum it up. I will put this in Google Classroom so that you have something to look at. If you didn't get to take all the notes, you can go ahead and finish them up. Don't move. I didn't tell you to move yet. Tomorrow, we're going to start figurative language. How are we going to take the notes?
The same way.
Just like this. Very good. All right? There's going to be a lot less of me talking and a lot more of you doing. Okay? Because that's how you learn. Everybody understand? Very good. Come prepared to do some artwork.
yes.
Yep. Come prepared to do some artwork. No problem. Absolutely. And color. Yup. And You're gonna make it look good. And if it looks good, there's a chance it'll go on the wall.
Oh, boy.
If it looks real good, there's a chance it'll go outside. Alright?
Yeah.
So, also, I didn't tell nobody to get up. Who did I tell to get up?
Nobody.
Okay. Good job. I feel like I need to take some points from some houses. Alright. I sent the email to Ms. Kenny. So she is going to give me a quote on the hoodies. And boom, we're good to go. You guys will have your hoodies on your backs. Okay? Keep it because I miss you. Alright? Anybody have any questions?
No, sir.
Very good. What time is it?
It's right time to go.
What time is it?
1:43.
Alright, we got 1 minute. 1 minute. For someone, for 2 points for their house, tell me what's one of the reasons we take good notes. Jesse. No, not Jesse, because he put his hand up.
Note-taking can help you remember the notes for your test.
And put it in which memory?
Your long-term memory.
Okay, good. Someone tell me the process. Tell me all the things you have to do to move from short-term memory to long-term memory. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Q section. What else? What else? You gotta do something with those notes when you got them there. There you go. Good job. Y'all have a good day. Take care. And see you tomorrow. Elijah, press stop for me. Press stop for me.
Oh.
Excuse me.